Hi folks, well here we are at the end of the term, and as promised, here is the final exam study guide. Now I will be going over this in our last class, but I also I'm anticipating we won't have full attendance, so I wanted to make sure things were as clear as possible going forward, and I'll be posting an announcement to this effect. So as I stated at the beginning of the term, something that's very important to me as an instructor and as a professor is not only clear communication, but is consistency and predictability. So all term, I've attempted to deliver materials in a very regular and consistent manner in terms of what is posted online, in terms of predictability of when things were happening in the course, what was going on. However, of course, with the pandemic and movement of restrictions and then my own medical leave, things kind of got messy at times. So first I just want to express my appreciation for you folks for working through this with me, and just know that I've really appreciated all your questions when people are asking me for clarification, because it's important that we're all on the same page. So that's basically what this video is for. So part of this was also, if you may recall at the beginning that I mentioned that because we would be pivoting to online midterm exams because of the restrictions, that I decided that the final exam would be the same. So while on the exam schedule on Friday, April 8th, it shows a 3-hour window for the final, you will be writing an online final as to be consistent with how you were evaluated and assessed for basically everything that preceded leading up into this point, right? For the midterm exams, for your written assignment, etc. Okay, so it's a slightly larger, actually than 12-hour window I've decided to give you. So the exam will open at 9 a.m. as stated here on Friday, April 8th, and you will have until 11:59 p.m. on Friday, April 8th. So 15 hours in order to complete your exam. Again, for consistency's sake, it'll be the exact same format in that a link will appear. You can exit and enter the exam at any time. Please, 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 please have a backup of your responses. There is no way for me to recover any of the material, or for anyone to recover, for that fact, anything if your questions do not save correctly. So again, having a backup copy that you can email to me, take a screenshot showing that it was submitted but the questions were blank, and then I can proceed with marking your backup questions. Okay, so that's really critical here. So don't trust Blackboard to save your responses, and also make sure you have that backup so that I have something to evaluate for you. As you can imagine, this being a final exam, the restrictions around how it's written, etc., are a little bit more formal. However, just because there may be some confusion around this, I will still be in our classroom between scheduled or during the scheduled time to answer questions, to assist students with questions, to make sure things are clear regarding what the formatting is of the exam. However, you'll need to provide your own device. I will have some paper backup copies, but of course that's not ideal. But again, this is going to be, for consistency's sake, an open book online exam following what you had on your midterms. So again, a lot of background information here, a lot of tips and suggestions focusing on predominantly, again, the importance of having a backup copy of your responses so you don't lose it, and then also some additional information on citation. And again, I want to stress that not only do I have citation information in this study guide, but you can also find it in the document that Eva Revit, our librarian who provided a guest lecture during my leave, provided for you folks as well. It has excellent tips and recommendations for how to cite course materials relevant not only to your written assignment, but also to the final exam. So again, very similar in that I have a summary of the topics and the chapters that you need to read. I have some generic tips, again, repeating on writing a good exam, and then also some recommendations and strategies for writing online final exams as well. And then we have our breakdown of key terms, key people, or examples for the topics we've covered since the exam, and then questions for each topic as well. So remember, folks, that these questions are out of 10 marks, so I need to see 10 distinct points. I need to see course terminology being used, key figures as much as possible in addressing these various questions here. And then you'll see that following the topics that we've covered, there are also 2 cumulative questions that I've provided here at the end. So again, you'll see 4 of these questions, I can't remember how many are total, on your final. If you have any questions, feel free to bring them up in class today or to email me and contact me. Other than that, I wish you all the best as we go into the final exam period. But just again to clarify, one last time, it is an online final exam. So take care, everyone. All the best as you do your finals, and I hope to see you in classes in the future.